So I think we should be online now.
Let me check on my.
Yes, we're online.
Are we on?
Yes, we're online. Yeah.
Hi, Roland.
Yes, Noel.
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can't get you.
I was muted for a second.
Okay. Yeah. So I was asking if we are already on.
Yes, we are live.
Okay. Good. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So then we'll start then our live. Hi guys, once more.
No. Noel, please stop your YouTube channel then. You are doing it.
I don't have YouTube on. It seems
Oh,
as if then
Roland.
maybe Roland.
Am I the one?
Yeah, because there is actually an echo.
Okay, let me
It's,
put it off.
there's no more. Okay, okay. You can go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so hi guys, and good evening once more. So I was very excited for this meeting and hope you guys too. Yeah, so shortly, what we are trying to do today is just to give an insight about crypto market. So, as you maybe have seen on the channel, we have the agenda of this our live stream. So we want to like share some basic informations on how to get very good high potential cryptos. So with high gains and also some beginners guide technical analysis. I think I can still hear the echo. I don't know if Caesar is also getting that or I am the only one. And also like the market psychology, just to inform you on how you feel and how many other people are also feeling. So,
Also getting. I don't know why.
but I think it's okay so far now. Like I'm not getting any echo. Okay. So to follow our program, I think Roland will then maybe start.
Um, okay, let me see. Can you people hear me?
Yep, it's good.
Am I muted?
No, it's good. We can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, we can get
Okay.
you.
Okay, can get me now. I hope without the echo.
No, it's
Okay,
also good.
that sounds perfect. Then I will go ahead and share my screen. So basically, the part I'm going to talk about is how to find out cryptocurrencies, how to find out tokens that have potentials for gains. And I set myself three basic rules when I'm doing this. I'll just start talking while I am in the process of sharing my screen so you can see what I am talking about. So basically, I have set myself three main rules for these. Just let me know if you can see my screen after I shared it. You should be seeing my screen now. Noel or Cesar, you can give me the confirmation, please. I cannot hear you guys anymore. You're muted, Noel.
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay.
Here I can see
I
the screen
I hope you're
on
seeing
my
the Twitter.
computer, not on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Um, I was hoping I'll be able to show you the sites I use for research. If that's not showing, then we can. I'll post the links down in the description later on. Let's just start without the sharing to save time. So basically, what I do is I am always very wary of scams when I'm looking for coins or cryptocurrencies with high potential because in the top 10, top 100 coins, you can hardly do wrong there. Those are established projects which have been around for a long time with a known group of developers. But once you want to go somewhere with a lot of potential for coins that are still not well known but have potential to grow, you go below the top 100 coins. This rating is based on the market cap, market cap that is the amount of the coins multiplied by the cost of those coins, and the top 100 are usually well-known coins. So the difficult part now is when you start going to lower coins, you find a lot of scams there, a lot of projects that are out to steal money. So I'm very careful when I do that. I research on the team very well to ensure that I'm not getting into a scam. That's the first rule I follow when I'm investing in cryptocurrencies that are not in the top 100. Also, I am very patient. So when I find a coin that has high potential and the developers are putting in a lot of work, I I am very patient. I invest a little bit of our money, and I know it's not going to explode over the next couple of days, weeks, months. So I just hold that there for some time, and then eventually, when when the potential realizes itself, that is when I get gains from those kind of coins. And then also, the third thing I am always very smart about is basically be smart. Take profits along the way because we usually hear um, we are going straight to the moon, and people don't consider that along the way you can take a little bit of profit as the coin grows. You see some people holding coins when they have gone 10 times the original value. And if there is a market crash at a certain point in time, you would have lost the profit that you would have made along the way. So I take profits along the way to have the possibility to reinvest that profit later on. Yes. So those are the three things I usually do when I'm investing in that. I just wanted to mention those three points. Be wary of scams. Be very patient when you're investing in the cryptocurrency market, and then also be smart. Take profits along the way. So my strategy for finding coins with high potential is usually to take a look at the market cap. So the market cap, as I explained before, gives you a feeling on whether a coin is undervalued or overvalued. The market cap is at its most basic level, the price of the coin multiplied by the amount of the coin available. So when you take this value, when you take those two values, you multiply them, it gives you a feeling. It's not usually a 100% information. It's not usually 100% information on whether that cryptocurrency is undervalued or not. But you can use that market cap of the coin to compare it to other coins in the similar space and find out if that coin has potential to grow, and also know how much it can grow by. So that's an important factor that I use to take a look at coins that can potentially grow. Another thing I do also, and BNB taught me that in recent times, is the coins must not necessarily be outside the top 100, because I used to be under the impression that if you have gotten into the top 100, so many people have invested in that coin, so the potential of growth is relatively low. and then BNB came along and shattered all of that expectation. Did almost, I don't know by how much, it should be 5x or even more since the beginning of the year, or even within 2 months. So I kind of broaden my horizon when I'm looking for coins that are undervalued and that still have potential. I look within the top 10, I look within the top 100. It doesn't matter how high that coin is run. I look at all potential coins that can make a move. And after I have gotten that coin, I have found coins with low market cap. I have looked within the top 100, outside the top 100. I go ahead and do adequate research on that coin. And what does that entail? I check on the utility, how useful this coin is. Is it just a meme coin? Even though meme coins sometimes blow, for example, Dogecoin is a meme coin, but it's making big changes over the course of the past couple of months. But it's also quite important for me that the coin has a utility. There is a reason why it exists. It's trying to serve a purpose. That helps quite a lot when coins go up and down, when they go into the dips and they go back up. Coins with utility and with purpose, they usually don't fall back as low as other coins and have potential of existing longer in the market. So that is the first thing I take a look at. The second thing also is who are the stakeholders involved in the coin? Who are the developers? Who is the CEO? Who is the CTO? Who are the people involved? Because it gives me a feeling on how serious they are. So I can check on these developers, check on their previous projects they have worked on, check on if they have been related to other dubious affairs, dubious scams, dubious projects, because then it gives me information on how serious the project is. Sometimes, though, this is a bit difficult because if we take, for example, Bitcoin, the alpha and omega of cryptocurrencies, the original developer, Satoshi, is still anonymous. In that situation, I understand it. You know, this person had to be anonymous to bring such a revolutionary idea. Because had this person been well known, there would have been ways of stopping the coin, bringing, I don't know, court cases, I don't know, whatever could have been put in their way to slow down the process. So I understand that in that situation. But in the current cryptocurrency market that we have with so much exposure, it makes sense to research who are the good developers, whether they have dubious profiles or they are serious. So after having done this, I take a look at the project roadmap. So what are they planning in the future? Is it just development that has attained a certain level and has stagnated, or are they planning further developments for the future? Do they have upcoming events? Do they have a roadmap which they are following? Do they have multiple versions which will bring improvements into the cryptocurrency? So those are the four main things I take a look at. So one, to reiterate, does it have good utility? Two, who are the stakeholders? Who are the participants? Who are the developers behind the project? Do they have a dubious profile with scams in their history, or are they clean, so to say? And finally, does the project have a good roadmap which can bring good progress? So, having considered all of this, the way I use to find new coins, obviously, in the modern world, it's social media. Usually on Twitter, you can find information on good coins. You just have to find the right people to follow, the right groups to follow, the right conversations to keep updated on. So I'm usually on Twitter to find this kind of people and to find this kind of information. Another good place to find information generally on the crypto space is YouTube. So if you just go on there, you search, you'll find a couple of channels with good reputations and good information on cryptocurrency. I will not give any recommendation here because I must not necessarily have the follow the same people you like to follow, but just go on YouTube, search for cryptocurrencies, search for the views, search for the information that they provide, watch a couple of videos, and then you'll find very good information. So that is how I get most of my cryptocurrency news and coins with high potential to invest in. After having done this, I go to CoinMarketCap. So as I said, I'll post the links in the description. CoinMarketCap, when I found coins to research on those coins, so you can just go on CoinMarketCap, enter a coin, you find out information, who the developers, the price history for that coin, and then you get good information there. I also go on CoinMarketCal, that is coinmarketcal.com, to find upcoming events for coins, because usually upcoming events indicate price increase, and it shows that there is development going on within that cryptocurrency project. So I go on CoinMarketCal to find upcoming events. And then for news, because news gives me information on how the cryptocurrency space is, on how to move my investments. I go on coindesk.com and cointelegraph.com. So, as I said, I'll post those links below. Use these resources to research adequately, and when you have found the information you want, just ensure that you do your research adequately before investing, and you're smart about it. Take profits along the way, and be smart about your investment. So that was it from me. I had to rush a little bit through that presentation, not to take too much of your time, and then I would hand over to Noel for the next section.
Okay. Yeah, so thanks, Roland. Can you get me? Can you guys
Yes, I
get
can get
me?
you. Yes.
Okay. I hope the sound is good enough for everyone to get me. And obviously, where you can also get information is from our channel, because we are searching a lot about all these things, and we'll be like sharing this information with you guys there. So we always will try to have like a news weekly on this our channel, so you can subscribe to be informed. You know, the crypto news is really like hot news. You need to react directly when the news is out. So you should try to subscribe so that we give you this information. Because most of our time we have been in this site, we have many contacts as well in Twitter, and so when we have this information, we can easily share with you guys. We also have like a WhatsApp group that you can join later on. That being said, my part today is to talk about technical analysis. I don't know, can you see my screen? Uh, can you see my
Yes.
screen? Yes. Okay, good.
Yes.
Ron, I don't know if we can make it bigger, or if it's good like that, then fine.
Yes, I can make it bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, because today technical analysis, I just want us, because like in our WhatsApp group, we always send pictures of charts, and I think many people don't sometimes understand what was that, you know. And For sure, technical analysis is just to understand how the market is moving, and it helps to know when you want to buy or when you have to sell. Is a way to hide the chances of your prediction. You know, this thing is just a game. When you are winning money, it means someone is losing money somewhere. You know, so to higher our chances, we need to understand how things are working. Roland has said, with good fundamentals about a product, you are somehow sure it's a good product. Then it can be a good product, but if the market is not accepting that product, then you can't do anything with it, you know. So we should need to look the charts and say, okay, maybe it's a good time for me. Roland was talking about take profit. Then the chart can also tell you when you can take profit and when you can buy. Okay. So that's what we are trying to see with this technical analysis. So at the beginning, we'll start by detecting the market structure. So to identify the market structure, are we going up? Are we going down? Are we in a side movement? So like in a range, how do we detect that? Then we later on see area of value. So when do we want to buy? So because when I have my investment, I don't just want to run into the market and say I want to buy. You need to check, is it the real time for me to buy? Should I wait a little bit? So that's what we call area of value. Then we have the candlestick pattern. This is really like already for some people. We will see all this in like the Bitcoin chart. You will see this candlestick pattern can show you if the market is like changing. If you have detected an uptrend, then when do you know if now is a downtrend? And we now also have some indicators that will help us to like decide, okay, is it here a reversal? So when we see like a candlestick pattern and we see that our indicators are also showing us a trend reversal, then maybe that's a good time for us to either short the market or to buy or to sell, if any of those things. So let me make this thing bigger. Then okay, so the first thing is like the uptrend. I think that's the most interesting trend, because that's where you buy something like for €1 and the trend is going upward, and at a given point you will say it maybe for €10. So that's the very good trend that we need to know. But this uptrend is not always like smooth. You have like high and you have lows, but it's just that the high will be always higher, the lows will also be a bit higher. So that's like what characterizes an uptrend. And when we are in an uptrend, we always want to see that, okay, if we want to buy, let's not buy when we are on a top. So maybe let me just show this. This is like the Bitcoin chart on the daily time frame. So a chart like this, you always have various time frame. A time frame here, when we say it's daily, it means once one of these stick, one of these candlestick, the red or green, they represent the action of one day, the market action of one day. A red means the closing price is less than the opening price, and the green mean the closing price is higher than the opening price. Okay, and if you can see this trend, this is what we call like a trend line. If you see here, we go up, we come down, we go up, we come down. That's what we call higher highs, and this is what we call higher lows. We have lows, but they're always also high. They say the trend is your friend. If you can see, there is this line, such like a magical line that we have been following, and now we are below this line, which is not good. This, we communicated this in our group, and maybe some few days later there is also some news. People will always try to explain why things are happening with news, or they will find a news to associate it to it. News can impact it, but we could see this. If you are following the chart, you could see that things will happen. The Bitcoin chart was not smooth anymore. So the good question is, do we now start going down, or is there a possibility to bounce back? If you know, sometime here we also went below this trend line, but we could bounce back very quickly. So now that's the big question. We have to look at that later. As you can see here, when you want to enter this type of market, these are very good points to enter. When the market has dropped, you buy the dip, because the market will continue going up. So if you buy here, you have the possibility to sell. You buy here, you have the possibility to sell here. You buy here, you have the possibility to sell there. That's what we call buy the dip. But this is only if it's an uptrend. So if we are going up, okay? And if you can also recognize that there will be a reversal, that the market will change here, you could say this higher high and buy back here to continue your trend upward. But you can also just keep this trend and follow this trend until you have like a confirmation that this market is going down. Okay. Then later on, we will see indicators. This is like another indicator that is somehow matching this picture here. So that's about the uptrend. We have the downtrend. The downtrend is we call it lower highs and lower lows. So now we are going down. You always have like the impression the market wants to is turning back up, but the up won't be like the last up. So that's why we call it lower high. So we always need to find also the suitable trend line and follow that trend. If the market is going down, we should react as such. So we short the market. So meaning you sell high, you borrow at a higher price. Then when the price is going down, you buy back to return what you borrow. That's what we call short the market. And you always follow the trend until the trend is broken. The trend is your friend. You don't want to be shorting maybe when the market is going upward, unless you really know what you are doing. But that's not like advisable for newcomers. I think for newcomers, what's really interesting is this uptrend. You should know when these peaks are and when it's going down and where the dip is. Because someone with this chart, this is what we call someone with this chart, this is what we call area of value. So you will be buying maybe somewhere here and going up. So this is maybe like a downtrend. This picture was also posted in our WhatsApp group. So you could see this trend, and just like a magic, each time it touches this line is going down, go nearly up to that line, down, up to that line, down. And these ones we are here, we need to decide, are we going down or are we going up? So at this point, most obviously, when we are in a bull market, so when the general trend is upward, at this point we are going up. Most often, we have sent a lot of these pictures in our WhatsApp group. So these are the type of thing you have to, once you follow the fundamentals Roland was talking about, you come now, you take the chart and you try to see what's the trend. This is just in a shorter time period. Then okay, this consolidation is ended. Now we can go back up. Okay, so like this is the downtrend. So it means I should persevere and wait this point to buy, to enter the market. And we also have the range. So the range is always like so maybe this is the 4 hours of B&B. I think I also sent a picture about 2 weeks ago in our WhatsApp where I had like some prices. I was talking about like 560 and 440. And since then, we have been in this range. We go a bit upward and we come back downward, upward, downward, you know. So in this type of range, you will call this up part, where we have all this stuff, you call them the resistance because they are not allowing us to go upward. Then you call the down part the support because they are supporting the market not to fall down. Okay. And so when you want to buy, you always try to make sure that you buy the support. Okay. Because most often we exit instead the support because we are afraid. Maybe Cesar will go, we'll talk later about this feeling, but we are afraid that the market is going down. That's why we rush and say on the support, whereas it's on the support that you have a higher chance that the market will be going up. And most often we are instead buying the resistance, thinking no, the market is going upward, although the resistance is showing us that the market will be going downward. Okay, so you need to always like see this type of thing. And here you can see even in a range, we still have a trend line. You have like high, high, and you follow the trend until it's broken. As you can see here, the trend was broken and we are going down. So you should always take all these things into consideration. You can always see all these things in your chart, and that's how you can predict the market with a bit higher probability, but you are not always 100% sure. So that's about the range. As I was saying, so we have the next thing is area of value. So area of value is where do I get into the market? So like in the uptrend, where do I buy? And when do I sell? So I have to say the highs, as I was saying. I want to sell the highs and buy the lows. So these are my area of value. Around this point, that's when I want to enter the market. Okay, and with a downtrend, it's different. So it's around here that I want to enter the market. And if you are if you are in a short position, it's around here that I want to be buying for short. So around there that I want to be shorting, not buying. Um, so when to buy the dip? Okay, let me just maybe quickly finish this presentation and I will come back to that. Let me not maybe lose the flow. Follow the trend until it's broken. So we were here on area of value, and the downtrend we want to short the highs, as I was saying. And in a range, we want to short around the resistance and buy around the support. That's what I was saying. So if you want to short the market, it's at this point. So at this point, you can borrow BNB at 615. You borrow 5 BNB. Then at this point, you buy back 5 BNB for 476 and return the 5 BNB. So you see here you have a very good money. And this like since 3 weeks, this is always like happening. So you always need to stick to that. You buy the dip if we are on the uptrend. If we are in a downtrend, you short the highs. And if we are in a range, you buy around the resistance. You buy around the support and sell around the resistance. So once we have our area of value and we have decided to take our action, so this is just an area. We know, okay, we are maybe at this point. The next thing is, how do I really know that this at this point the market is already like changing? So there you can follow what they call the candlestick pattern. So because each of these candle you see, it has a lot of information, guys, a lot of information. Just to explain as I was saying at the beginning, depending on the time frame. So we'll shortly see something on the trade view after this. Depending on the time frame, this candlestick always represent one unit. So if I'm on a daily, then this is like 1 day. And if I'm on like 4 hours, this is like 4 hours. That's how it's going. And yeah, you see that the market opens here, for a green candle. This at that day, if this is a daily, the market, this is where the price was as the market started. And these ones like this, they're telling us that at a given point, price went down up to here. And they are also telling us that at a given point, price went up onto this point. But this is like what they call the body, and this is where the market closes. When you see this type of candle, you know that the market is bullish. Bullish means people wants to buy. It means the trend is also continue going up. But if we see this type of candle where we started the market here and the market ended here, this is like what they call the bearish market. So a bearish candlestick, because this is just one stick, we can't like see one stick and talk about how the market is looking like. This is just one stick or one time frame, okay? But it's like giving us information that things are maybe changing. So if we have an uptrend and we see this type of candle, we might start thinking, things are already changing. People are people are like that. We have more sellers in the market, so it means price will be going down, because it's always the same. If you have more people selling, price will drop. If you have more people buying, price will go up. So if after that being said, if you now know how to read this one candlestick, we will see like some two most signals. So the pattern to tell us that this is when the market is changing. I will show you on the Bitcoin chart we saw, and you will always see these things. And you should know that many people know about this, because this is why we are here. We are here to share this information. Many people know about this, and once many people know about it, they will be doing the same thing, and you want to be doing that same thing, because as I said, the trend is your friend. What everyone is doing is what you should be doing. In short, what when the market is telling us that that's what many people are doing, that's also what you should be doing. So the market should not be going down, which means people are selling and you are there just buying without a good plan, unless you know what you are doing, okay? But you should always know this is what the market is telling me. Okay, so what's like engulfing pattern? This is when we are like in a downtrend. So market is going down, down, down. And at a given point on one day, this market closes here, as you can see, and we started and pushed the price up, very up, until we cover this previous candle. That's what they call the engulfing pattern. This is already a signal that this market is like changing, that this market will change very soon. So if we have a confirmation that this next candle for the next day is also bullish, then you should enter that market. You should be ready to enter that market, because this is what we will call the trend reversal. This is one engulfing pattern. You also have the doji. The doji is this type of candle where the body of a candle, this is like the body of this candle, a very big body, and this is what you call the wick, so the shadow. So this very small part. But if you have a candle like this one, we call it, okay, maybe this one's here, we call it the doji, which is just like a cross. It always tells us that is like indecision in the market, because it means price went up, price went down, and at the end price stood at the same point. So it means this is already like showing us there is a reversal, because if the market was bullish at a given point we couldn't like decide if we are going up or down, it means there is already a change in the market. So when you are in a market and you see this type of candle, you should already think twice. You should wait for a confirmation. This could be a confirmation, this next candle, but that's why you should always like take your time, don't hurry. We wait and you see here, and if you look good, this down point, you see like engulfing pattern. We have this candle here, and the next candle covers this one directly. We went up and we still now see like somehow dodgy. The body is still big again, but not really that big. And then you are going down. So these are like signals that market is like changing. Okay, and you need to be following this. This is why people will look and tell you buy, don't buy. So next time you can also decide, do I buy or shouldn't I buy? Because this information is that the buyers are running out of gas. They don't have money anymore. And the sellers are winning the market. And if the sellers are winning the market, it means you have to go out. You have to sell and go out, or you short the market. So it means you are betting that the market is going down. And sometimes, if I go back a bit backward, this is the part that I copied to show you the engulfing pattern. No, I think maybe it's this one on the lower down frame. And if you see, when we broke the trend line and you had this engulf, the doji or this engulfing, is just a double confirmation for you. And at this point, you want to go out. Okay. So once we have this signal, so it means we need to know the trend. When we know the trend, we detect our area of value. Is it a dip? And when we have the dip, how do we know the market is turning back up? We look for these signals. So for this pattern, the dodgy or the engulfing pattern, you have many more, but I don't want us to really go, we can't really read all of them, but you can just find two and that will be enough. So if you already have that, there are what they call indicators in the chart. Indicators are some algorithms that people have programmed that are giving us some signals, So this is what they call the MACD, this indicator. This MACD, this is like the MACD's the theory here is like when this line crosses and go below this one, the blue line, and go below the signal line, this is where you should be selling. And if you want to check at this, it's like mapping also the top. So a combination of this MACD, and the reversal candlestick. This is also another one, we call it RSI. The what reverse strength index, I've just forgotten the
Relative, I think it's relative
relative
strength
strength
index.
index. I've been calling it RSI until I've even forgotten. So it's just like telling us, is the market overbought or oversold? Many people have bought already in the market, or many people are like or many people have already like sold everything they had, So if many people have already sold what they had, it means they can only be buying next. So at this point, what we want to look is that we enter the market, because you are seeing here, even the RSI is showing higher highs. And here as well, we have now the cross, the blue line is going back upward. And if you match it with our chart, we are on our area of value, then we just need to detect a reversal signal. And if you want to look clearly at this point where the mouse is, we have there an engulfing pattern, which is telling us that the market is changing, So I think that's maybe all I have for today. So we need to detect the trend, we detect our area of value, we check for a reversal, we enter, we take the good decision, and we also like look the indicators. What are they saying? Should we be buying or selling? Okay. And Roland,
Yes,
you said there was a question.
yes, exactly.
Which
So
was
Justice
can you
wanted to
please
find out, yeah, he wanted to find out if there are any tools, artificial intelligence assisted tools with which you can find out how to buy the dip, when exactly to buy the dip without charting by
uh,
yourself.
yeah, you have a lot of tools. I myself am not using any of those tools, but I know there are tools in the market, and any serious tool in the market, you are paying for it. You have tools. We can later on communicate that. I don't know if it's a member of a group. I can search some tool, but I have heard of like market cipher. I can't recommend it because I haven't used it myself, but you have a lot of tools that people are claiming that they can like tell you that this is a good time to buy and this is a good time to sell. I myself am not using those tools. I I just still believe in my ability to like see it. I'm not also an expert. I don't really need to trade every time. We just need. I don't think we are not like day trader. That's not our job, But we need to be informed when this type of dip is going on, when this type of pullback, so that we can go out of the market and buy the dip later on to continue. So that's it. Yeah, maybe I'm completely out of time. I wanted us just to see how these things are like on a graph. This is trade view. This is the chart you have everywhere. So how can I draw all those lines and everything? This is like the Bitcoin daily, the one I drew and share it in my presentation. And this is what I was saying. So if we come here, for example, we are seeing here the engulfing pattern, and the market changes. And before then, we had a lot of dodges, which is telling us that this market is changing. If you see our RSI, we are here downward, and this is our trend line. We are on our area of value. So this is a lot of information for us. If you see the upward market, here you have all these bearish candles, and at this point you have this indecisive candle, and if you look the MACD, this is the MACD. So you can always click here to add like indicators. If you look the MACD, it was telling us that this market is on a reversal. If you look the RSI, is oversold or overbought, So, and if you continue, it's always the same. Here we have also a doji, and we look our MACD, and this is like a confirmation. When I have another candle, this is like after the second day, then there is a dip coming. And for all those who, this is like the market, the dip we had the another day is not, I think the news came on this day, but we already had all those signals, indecision in the market. The MACD is showing us that it's overbought and the market is going down. So just to let you know, you can have a lot of information on the chart, you will start bit by bit, but at a given point you will start to understand. And if you are in a group, like if you are like in crypto Fubu, you can ask your question, we can help you, we analyze together. All of us are like learning and we are trying to share this information. So thank you guys. I don't know if there's any other question. Roland, can you please check if there's any other question?
No, I could not find any other question.
Okay, so maybe currently no question, but you can always also ask your question anytime later. Yeah, thanks guys, and I will pass on to, I think, Cesar, and yeah, that's it for me. Yes, Cesar, you have the floor, and make sure you are unmuted.
Okay, guys, thanks, Roland, thanks, Noel, for your presentation. Okay, let me share my screen so you can see together what I prepared for you. Okay. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Thank you. Okay. The third part of this presentation, la troisième partie de cette présentation est dédiée à la psychologie du trading. Comme Roland et moi on dit, il y a des stratégies pour entrer ou sortir du marché, ou alors pour détecter les cryptos qui ont un potentiel énorme pour pouvoir se faire un peu d'argent. Parce que l'objectif en fait du trading, c'est de gagner au maximum, de prendre au maximum du marché. Et comme nous l'avons suivi tout à l'heure, pendant que nous gagnons, il y a des gens qui perdent. Donc, suivre cette stratégie-là, c'est une bonne chose. Mais qu'est-ce qui nous empêche de suivre cette stratégie? C'est ce qu'on va essayer d'élaborer sur cette, en suivant cet agenda. On va d'abord parler déjà de la définition, c'est quoi donc la psychologie du trader. Et puis, on va parler des émotions. Puis, on va s'attarder sur une émotion particulière, le FOMO qui veut dire ici Fear of Missing Out. So, et puis, on va voir les conséquences. Quelles sont les conséquences donc, de ces émotions pour le trader? Et en plus, comment réduire l'effet de ces émotions-là? Ici, le mot réduire est explicitement été choisi parce qu'on ne peut pas. Nous sommes tous des êtres humains, nous avons ces émotions, mais il faut parfois les réduire ou bien alors les utiliser de manière positive. Positive pour nous, naturellement. Donc, la définition de trader, c'est que c'est tous les thèmes qui permettent, n'est-ce pas, de décrire les émotions que rencontre un trader au cours de son expérience de trading. C'est-à-dire, si c'est un trader journalier ou bien un long-term trader, tous ont des émotions. Et l'émotion, c'est surtout au moment de prendre des décisions. On se demande, est-ce qu'il faut prendre la décision? Est-ce que c'est le bon moment? Est-ce qu'on se pose beaucoup de questions? Voici, j'ai essayé donc de représenter ici un diagramme pour un potentiel trader qui se pose des questions. Au début, je ne sais pas si vous pouvez bien voir, au début, on a espoir de gagner de l'argent et puis on entre dans le marché. À un moment, ici, nous sommes optimistes parce que le marché monte. Donc, on pense que nous sommes des génies. On a vraiment réussi à ancrer le marché au bon moment. Et puis, la courbe monte. À un certain niveau, la courbe change de sens. Vraiment, il y a des signes qui montent. Et puis, comme nous l'avons dit tout à l'heure, à ce niveau, normalement, on devrait vendre. Est-ce que ce n'est pas juste une petite correction? Et voilà, ça c'est l'émotion. Là, on sort de notre domaine de technique, on entre dans l'émotion. Peut-être ça va. Et puis, justement, quand je te pose cette question, il y a une confirmation, parce que ça monte un tout petit peu, et puis ça commence à descendre. Et puis, on commence à avoir peur. Parce qu'on a perdu peut-être 5%, 10% de notre argent. On dit, non, j'ai espoir que ça va monter. On descend. Après, on est dans le rouge, on commence à paniquer. Et puis, ici, on entre même dans la dépression. Parce que là, nous sommes déjà, on se pose la question. Je fais maintenant pour récupérer mon argent. Et ce que je dois dire, c'est que c'est à cette position que généralement ces gars-là, bon, je veux dire, quand on est dans le marché avec l'émotion, on veut garder au moins le reste. Il nous reste peut-être 10% de notre argent, on veut garder cela et on fait. Et c'est là où le cycle commence. Si vous avez bien vu ici, le marché monte, bon, on ne sait pas où ça va, mais déjà avec ce diagramme, avec cette là, on peut voir, on peut bien se faire d'argent quand on respecte les techniques, quand on respecte les stratégies, mais si on suit ses émotions, naturellement, les chances de perdre de l'argent sont plus élevées. Mais pourquoi c'est comme ça? Bon, c'est vrai que j'ai encore ajouté notre diagramme ici, c'est la même chose, c'est juste pour dire les périodes, quand est-ce qu'on doit entrer dans le marché, quand est-ce qu'on doit sortir, mais on se pose toujours des questions et des questions. Donc, c'est juste un autre diagramme pour illustrer cela. Mais pourquoi donc c'est comme ça? C'est parce que nous tous sommes des êtres humains et on a un cerveau. Et ce cerveau est divisé en 3 parties. Il y a la partie rationnelle, celle qu'on utilise pour réfléchir, pour faire, je sais pas, pour émettre des idées, pour faire des concepts, développer des concepts. On a une partie qui est généralement appelée le cerveau reptilien, ici qu'ils ont appelé primitive brain. Cette partie du cerveau-là s'occupe peut-être au battement du cœur, à tous nos réflexes que nous avons. Mais voici la partie la plus importante, c'est le cerveau limbique. Le cerveau limbique, c'est celui-là qui émet ses émotions, il est émotionnel. Et nous sommes donc contraints à pouvoir contrôler cette partie du cerveau. Sinon, on va prendre des décisions sans objectivité. Voilà. On va prendre des décisions sans objectivité. Naturellement, on prend des décisions aussi positives, mais ces décisions ne sont pas objectives. Are you talking well?
Yeah, he can hear you now.
Allô?
Are you saying something?
Oui, Césaire.
Oui.
On ne voit pas ton écran. Au fait, on voit ton écran, mais juste l'autre page, quoi. Ta page principale.
OK.
Apparemment, tu as appuyé F5. Je crois que c'est mieux de faire un PDF et montrer directement, quoi.
OK.
Parce que apparemment, l'autre écran, c'est où tu peux aussi montrer ici directement.
Okay, so guys, you do it like this. Ok, je reprends au moins cette partie. J'espère que vous m'avez suivi au moins quand je parlais.
Ouais, peut-être tu peux encore montrer juste le diagramme que tu
Ok.
parlais. Ah, ok.
Ouais. Donc, prenons un peu légèrement ce diagramme. En fait, ce diagramme représente en fait l'état d'émotions que nous avons, qui sont en nous pendant la prise de décision. Déjà, au début, on a espoir. Et c'est dans cet espoir-là qu'on décide même d'entrer dans le marché parce qu'on a espoir de faire de l'argent. Et puis, Dieu merci, on entre dans le marché au bon moment. Et puis, le marché commence à monter. Naturellement, nous sommes contents, nous sommes optimistes, on pense faire de l'argent, on va devenir tous riches. Mais comme tout marché, il y a un maximum et puis la courbe commence à descendre. La technique nous dit de sortir à ce niveau. On doit vendre à ce niveau. Ça, c'est la technique qui dit. Mais dans l'émotion, nous dit non, non, non. C'est sûr que ça va remonter. C'est sûr que c'est une petite correction. C'est sûr. On se pose beaucoup de questions. Là, on se détache déjà de la technique. Et quand on se pose ces questions-là, le marché continue à monter. Donc, ça confirme même notre émotion. Ça confirme que, voilà, je disais, c'est une correction, c'est en train de monter. Et puis, le marché descend et nos émotions commencent à changer. On commence à être anxieux. On commence même à paniquer. Puis à dépresser même parce qu'on ne sait plus. Il nous reste peut-être seulement 10% de notre argent. Et malheureusement, c'est généralement à cet endroit qu'on vend. On vend pour dire qu'au moins si j'ai les 10%, c'est bon pour moi. Ce graphique nous montre donc qu'il faut à tout prix se séparer des émotions. Mais avant d'aller à comment se séparer de cette émotion, je vais d'abord vous dire pourquoi est-ce qu'on arrive même à cette émotion-là. C'est parce que voilà, nous tous, comme les êtres humains, nous avons un cerveau. Et ce cerveau est divisé en 3 parties. Il y a 3 fonctionnalités essentielles. Il y a d'abord le cerveau rationnel qui nous permet, n'est-ce pas, d'apprendre les langues, de développer des concepts, d'émettre des idées. Il y a une 3e partie du cerveau qui est le cerveau reptilien. Celui-là se charge de nos réflexes. Celui-là, on ne peut pas le contrôler. Mais la partie qui nous importe le plus, c'est le cerveau limbique. Le cerveau limbique est le cerveau émotionnel. Et ces émotions-là nous permettent souvent de prendre des décisions sans objectivité. Sauf si on parvient à le contrôler. Et pour le contrôler, il faut développer des stratégies sur des techniques. Naturellement, on aura ces émotions-là, mais on les surpasse en suivant nos stratégies et nos techniques. Mais généralement, la plupart des traders sur le marché suivent plus leurs émotions ou bien ne reconnaissent même pas qu'ils sont dans un état émotionnel. Et c'est souvent ça le plus difficile. Quand tu ne reconnais même pas que tu es dans un état émotionnel, ça te rend encore la tâche plus compliquée. Donc, c'est un peu ça la situation. Et puis, voilà, il y a un certain nombre d'émotions qui est lié au trading. On peut être nerveux, comme on a vu tout à l'heure. Il y a la peur, il y a la on appelle ça encore la convoitise, c'est-à-dire parce que l'autre a, tu vas à tout prix avoir. C'est aussi une émotion, c'est pas bon. Ou bien on a on est très confiant. Quand on a encore trop confiance, c'est plus bien. La confiance, c'est une bonne chose, mais il faut être très confiant. Parce qu'être trop confiant veut dire qu'il y a des situations que tu vas überschätzen, comme on dit en allemand. Tu vas pas pouvoir garder le calme requis pour pouvoir prendre la meilleure décision. Il y a le doute. On doute. Est-ce que ce marché va encore remonter? Oh, ça fait longtemps que c'est en train de monter, descendre, monter, descendre. Est-ce qu'on va encore un bullish market? Oh, le crypto, c'était vraiment n'importe quoi. Voilà, et tout, et tout. On est dans le doute. Il faut être confiant et rester observer donc les diagrammes, avoir sa technique, avoir sa stratégie. Mais on va pas s'attarder sur une émotion ici qui est FOMO. Comme j'ai dit tout à l'heure, c'est Fear of Missing Out. C'est le mot défini. Donc on a peur de perdre. Et parce qu'on a peur de perdre, on prend des décisions qui ne devraient pas être. On prend des décisions inexplicables. On prend des décisions qui ne sont pas objectives. Objectives, autant pour moi, merci. Donc, le fond me dit quoi? À cause de la convoitise, on prend la décision d'acheter. À cause de la peur, on prend la décision de vendre. Et généralement, pardon, comme nous voyons ici dans le diagramme, on achète au maximum et on vend au minimum. Et là, c'est pas ce qu'on veut faire quand on est en train de trader. On veut faire justement le contraire. Donc, on constate ici que ces émotions-là nous amènent généralement à faire ce que j'appellerais des pertes, perdre de l'argent, le contraire de ce qu'on se souhaite. On se souhaite de gagner de l'argent, mais ces émotions nous conduisent à la perte. Naturellement, on se pose la question de savoir comment alors est-ce qu'on peut faire pour ne pas perdre notre argent, c'est-à-dire surpasser ces émotions. Pour surpasser ces émotions, il faut développer des stratégies. Et comment est-ce qu'on développe des stratégies? Il faut toujours, je dis bien, il faut toujours chercher la stratégie qui passe avec vous. Nous l'a dit tout à l'heure, il nous a seulement présenté certains signaux. Il y en a une panoplie. Pourquoi? Si on nous présente une panoplie de signaux, on va chercher à utiliser tous ces signaux-là et puis ça va nous mettre dans des états parfois. Je crois que ça va nous renvoyer dans des états émotionnels parce qu'il y aura beaucoup de signaux à la fois et quand on n'est pas habitué à les utiliser, ça devient plutôt, ça se tourne en désavantage. C'est pour ça que généralement, il faut saisir les stratégies. Je prends un exemple. Vous êtes un monsieur qui travaille, c'est-à-dire que vous n'avez pas le temps de regarder le diagramme comme on l'a présenté tout à l'heure chaque fois. Alors, cherchez une stratégie qui passe avec vous pour avoir le calme. Et quand vous avez une bonne stratégie, vous tournez donc ce FOMO, c'est-à-dire cette peur de perdre de l'argent sur le marché, en la joie même de perdre. Pourquoi la joie de perdre? Parce que vous allez vous rendre compte que, en fait, si vous étiez entré dans le marché sans avoir étudié votre stratégie, vous auriez perdu. Donc, vous vous trouvez dans une situation de JOMO. Ça, c'est un terme aussi nouveau dans le marché qui est contraire à FOMO. Et pour maintenant être dans le JOMO, il faut la discipline, c'est-à-dire respecter sa stratégie. On a une stratégie, on la respecte, le calme. Faut pas courir, tu montes tes escaliers, tu viens, il faut vite que j'achète. Non, non. Il faut être indépendant. C'est pas parce que l'autre a dit que j'ai acheté que tu vas acheter. C'est pas parce que l'autre a dit que je short que tu dois short. Il faut avoir confiance en soi. Confiance même pas seulement en soi, et aussi à sa stratégie. Et comme je disais tout à l'heure, l'objectivité. Et puis on conclut avec la patience. Il faut être patient. C'est pas parce que notre crypto a fait 2 ans, 3 ans en descendant que ça ne va jamais monter. Il faut être patient. Et toujours, chaque fois, respecter sa stratégie. Donc, ce que j'avais préparé pour vous montrer à quel point l'émotion peut contrôler votre décision sur le marché. Et généralement, elle se tourne en perte d'argent. Et ce n'est pas notre souhait. Il faut donc développer des stratégies, poser des questions aux experts, poser des questions à celui qui peut-être était dans le marché avant vous, pour qu'on vous aide. Et à ce niveau, je vous interpelle encore à ce projet Crypto Fubu, qui nous offre aujourd'hui même ce live, de nous rejoindre afin qu'on puisse partager nos connaissances ensemble. Comme mon professeur l'a si bien dit, tous nous apprenons. Et puis peut-être vous avez une information, vous la partagez. Nous, on a une information, on la partage. Et ainsi, on fait grandir toute une communauté. Et je pense que c'est un bon projet pour, n'est-ce pas, se solidifier et essayer ensemble donc, de faire, d'avoir le maximum du marché, aussi bien dans le domaine de la crypto-monnaie. Ainsi, je vous remercie de m'avoir écouté. Et s'il y a des questions, je pense que c'est le moment. Sinon, je passe au modérateur.
Do we even
Hello?
have a moderator? Yes.
Roland, can you guys get me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Is there any question? Because I think Roland is the one in charge of
The chat. Yes, no, there's no question.
There is no question. Okay, then maybe let me just share my screen once again to like gather to show you what we have said today in this graph. Is the Bitcoin chart. I don't know if you can see it.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. So we said you should look for a good fundamentals. So good fundamentals mean is a good project. A good project is a matter of time. The market will go up. It's just matter of time. So what Roland was saying is very important. When we are investing, we should know, am I investing to make quick money? If I'm investing to make quick money, then I should get out of that market as soon as possible without looking backward. I should only enter that market on when it's down, because I saw many people going into Dogecoin when it was at the peak. That's not really. I don't, maybe because I haven't read the fundamentals of Dogecoin, but I know it's a coin many people love. But if we have a good project, guys, believe me, it's a matter of time. Cesar was saying the Domo or the Jomo
Jomo.
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 It's like my first time to hear that word, but it seems as if it's joy of missing out or something like that. I don't know. But
Yes, yes. Joy of missing out.
okay. So if you see like this graph, right? If you were in this market and you couldn't go out, if you have done your research, if you have believed in this thing, if you have a money there that you are prepared to lose it, when this market is going down, you don't care. Believe me, you don't care. You will keep on buying. And what happened? We went back down onto, yeah, from about how much? 19,700, we went back to 3,500. You should be crazy not to go out of this market or not to sell. But as Cesar said, if you can control your emotions, if you believe that the fundamentals were good, if you know that in each market there is a dip, then you will buy. You will buy even at this point. And when you buy at this point, what happens? Look, just look how small that thing was in front of where we are now. And believe me, this is my belief. Bitcoin, I think in the next 5 years, we'll be showing this thing here very small in front of what we'll be seeing then, you know. So if you don't really have time, trading is really like, I don't know, Cesar said it all, but it's a lot of psychological strength. You need to be emotionally strong, not to, because I see many people when the market is going down, oh yeah, they have bound Bitcoin, this, that. Those news, they bound Bitcoin since 2013. But we are now 2021 and you have big companies buying Bitcoin. When I'm saying Bitcoin, is generally just to say crypto, you know. And it's really funny that someone will come to that and tell me they will bound Bitcoin, that bound Bitcoin in India. I don't know how many times, more than 5 times. And the news keep on, each time there is a crash, they will bound Bitcoin. Guys, come on, you know. There is this thing. So if you are in this market for long run, just keep on following your plan. That's what Cesar said. If you have your plan, stick to your plan. If you are in this market to profit from the cycles, you know, like those who were in this market 2017, you should go out as quickly as possible. If you are in this market for this cycle, you should make sure that if there is a confirmation that our market is now going down, you should get out as soon as possible and wait for the next cycle. Once it's down, that's when you should be buying. You know, before the news is heading around, that's when you should be buying. And if you are in our channel, we will tell you that. We will tell you when, because we are really stick to this. Until we can't buy Bitcoin anymore, that's when I will know it has been bound. But until then, I keep on buying. I buy the dip or I sell as soon as I can, you know. So that's just like as you see, if you have a good fundamentals, you follow like what Roland was saying, you pick a good project. So many projects that were since 2018. After 2018, many projects were not existing anymore. So you should really know that you have many projects now that after a bear market, they might not be existing anymore. So that should also be in your research or finding good project. Then when you do your technical analysis, if you are confident about that and not being overconfident, as Cesar said, you can control your emotion better, and that will lead to a good investment. So I think that's all I can say, and maybe a closing word from Roland and a closing word from Cesar. And if there's no any other question, then that would be it for today.
Um, okay. So I would suggest that we stop sharing the screen so that so that they can see all of us while talking.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Let me see. Ah, there you are. I just need to pull my image up. Give me 1 second. Ah, there we are. Now we can see everybody. Okay. What do I want to say? As I said, my focus in the cryptocurrency space is fundamental analysis. Look for cryptocurrencies that make sense. I also try to buy the dips. I am trying to understand technical analysis. Noel and Cesar have much more experience there, but that is what really gives us the strength in crypto Fubu. People come, all of us, the three of us are coming from different perspectives, and all of us can contribute in providing information that will help each and every one of us. So I'm really appreciative of this group, of this smaller core group, and also of the Crypto Fubu WhatsApp group we have where we share information. If you have questions, ask, and we'll be ready to answer them at every point in time. And thank you very much for listening today. You're
Ok.
muted, Noel.
Oui, je vous remercie de nous avoir suivis. Naturellement, je ne pourrais le dire assez de rejoindre notre groupe afin qu'on puisse ensemble partager nos connaissances dans tous les domaines du marché de la crypto-monnaie et essayer au maximum d'en tirer profit en suivant naturellement les techniques et les signaux qui nous ont été présentés par Roland Noël et aussi en gardant le focus, n'est-ce pas, pour pouvoir surmonter son état psychologique. Et c'est seulement en le surmontant qu'on peut prendre des décisions rationnelles, objectives. Et c'est en prenant ces décisions-là que naturellement, à la fin, on gagnera de l'argent. Ainsi, bonne soirée, bon samedi à tout le monde et bon week-end.
Noel, you're muted.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Yes,
Noel.
I was saying I really enjoy it, and I hope we have many more lives coming. And it's always a pleasure, guys. This really make more fun for crypto, and when you have people with whom you can exchange, it's far more better when you are alone trying to find everything on your own, you know. So yeah, have a nice Saturday, and we'll keep you informed on our next topics.
Just closing words. Follow the channel, subscribe to the channel if you're interested. We provide other videos, and also if you're interested, you should have one of our contacts, Cesar, Noel, or mine. If you're interested in joining the WhatsApp group, just contact us, and then we'll add you into the group.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Good
Bye.
night. Bye.
Good night.